Hey guys, what's up? It's Paige. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so happy to have you guys here with me today as we do a tarot pick a card about what people's first impression is of you. So this can be a particular person that you have in mind, or it could just be your overall aura when anybody meets you. So have that in mind, which one you're thinking of, but always turn inward just to make sure you're getting yourself into a receptive mode so that you can receive the most resonating, intuitive guidance for you. But if you are new to my channel, welcome. I post videos Monday, Wednesday, and Friday every week, like tarot pick a cards or spirituality videos. So if that is something you like, please subscribe so I can continue to give you intuitively guided messages. But we can get into this reading without further ado. We have group 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4. So the timestamps for those will be provided in the description box below. I'll see you at your time. Hey group 1, how are you guys doing today? You can't answer me right now, so good, hopefully. So we will be doing your first impressions when people meet you. So let me get your cards out and settled so I can do your reading. All right, group 1, so what I have for your oracle card is going to stand for what your overall aura is when people meet you. So this is fairness. This situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. So right off the bat, I feel like you are definitely somebody who is a mediator. People see you as a very level-headed person, someone that's very balanced and harmonious in their own life, or, you know, maybe not, but that's just the aura that you give off. So overall, though, that's a pretty nice first impression. So we have the Ace of Swords. So yeah, going into that fairness thing, I feel like you are somebody who is very intelligent. You have a lot of new ideas to bring to the table, a lot of creative ideas to bring to the table. I'm seeing that with this colorful snake that is wrapped around the sword. So that's interesting. I feel like you bring a lot to the table when it comes to like intellectual battles and whatnot. I say battles, but I mean, it doesn't always have to be a battle, but honestly, I feel like you are somebody that no matter what the topic is, like you go at it, like you know what you're talking about most of the time. You're a very smart person. I'm also getting the feeling that you might be a Libra. We have like the scales and just like the airy vibes here, so you might be a Libra, but I'm really seeing that you're somebody who is always probably playing devil's advocate, always trying to see the brighter side of a situation and to show other people that side too. I think that you just think in a very fair way, and you could be a very just good person. I feel like you're somebody that is probably a leader in a lot of scenarios, maybe where you didn't want to be a leader, maybe where you just like were the person to fit the part, but I mean, nevertheless, it still got you to where you need to be, so good. We have the Seven of Pentacles here as well. So this is telling me that you are somebody that gives off the vibe of a very hard worker. You're somebody that looks to solutions instead of problems. You're not somebody who is a Debbie Downer. I really don't get the vibe that you were a Debbie Downer. I think you're actually quite in touch with the negative side of things, and that makes you so much better of a brighter light for other people because somebody is there to kind of be like, yeah, I mean, this is the other side of it, but, you know, contrast is always needed. I'm seeing that with the Moon card here. That always indicates to me that there's like this shadow side of you. Now, with this being your overall, or with this being what your first impression is to other people that meet you or a specific person, I'm seeing that you give off this vibe that you're very understanding of both sides of every story. You know, like I said, contrast is needed many times, if not all the time, because it is what gives you light. You can't have light without dark, and you're somebody that really shows that equal balance just in your demeanor and your personality. We also have the Father of Wands. So yeah, I mean, you are so creative too. Like I was saying with the Ace of Swords, you are somebody that brings a lot of like creative inspiration to other people. I think with you being so contrasted, like how you can always see the balance in situations, you know, you can play either side of the situation. I'm seeing that really gives you this kind of like, and you're kind of intimidating, I guess is the way to put it. I mean, you see this Father of Wands here, he's kind of intimidating because he's so strong, he's so free-willed, he's so just on it, and he really doesn't let other things or other people like stop him from having his thoughts and having these creative pursuits that he likes to go through. So I'm seeing that that's the vibe that people are getting from you. Now, we do have the Knight of Cups in reverse. So again, with that creative, hardworking, balanced part of you, there is a part of you that people notice that is kind of reserved. I feel like you're held off from your emotions, and you probably don't display them very much. You probably are not somebody that really focuses on emotions. You have other things to worry about. So yeah, I mean, in that, honestly, it seems to work out for you pretty well. Most of the time, it's kind of an out of sight, out of mind thing, and people know that about you. They know that you're somebody who is pretty no bullshit when it comes to that kind of stuff, which honestly works for a lot of people. It helps them kind of see where they could start to be less emotional and more fair and balanced now. And I'm saying that with this Ace of Wands here, is that you show other people that option, because right in the middle of those two, the Knight of Cups and the Ace of Wands, and both in reverse, you have the Magician. And the Magician is, one, it's pointing at both of these, so that's something to be said. But the Magician is a card that I really find to be just a master manifester. The Magician is very good at making things happen. Now, I see that you, going back to what I was saying earlier about being a leader, you are a leader. You are somebody that makes things happen. Now, your ability to delegate, that word keeps coming to mind, your ability to delegate, to be a leader, to see contrast, really gives you this high vibration that other people want to follow. And I mean, the Magician is number one for the major arcana. So like I said, I mean, you are a leader. You are somebody who really helps people start something new, and that is the aura that you give off. You probably attract a lot of people that have this darker side to them that they haven't really realized or haven't understand that even though it's dark, it doesn't necessarily have to be bad. I think that's a big contrast that people have a problem with, that you are somebody who doesn't have a problem with, and people see that. But group one, I just see that you come off as a really guiding light for people. You are probably somebody that has a lot of people that look up to you because of these just natural attributes that you have. And honestly, don't be ashamed of any of them, even the whole reserved thing. I really don't think that that is a negative thing about you. Honestly, this is a very positive reading for somebody to have as a first impression. I think it shows a lot about your strength too, because people can really notice that about you. They notice that you are so strong but so light at the same time. And like I said, it's just that duality, that balance that you have that is so charismatic and so alluring to people. They just want to be around you and to follow your lead. So group one, thank you so much for listening to this message. If it resonated, please make sure you like and comment to let me know. And of course, subscribe if it did resonate so I can continue to give you intuitively guided messages. But I'm so happy to give this to you, so I'll see you guys in later videos. Bye for now. Hello, my group two. Today we are going to be doing your reading about what people think of you when they first meet you, so your first impression. So let me get your cards out and we will get to it. All right, group two, so we're going to start with your oracle card, which is going to represent your overall aura to people when they first meet you. So we have endings and beginnings. The old must be released so that the new can enter. So right off the bat, I'm getting really strong Scorpio vibes. I don't know, maybe you're a Scorpio, maybe not, maybe you just have it in your chart, but endings and beginnings to me, it's all about transformation. And I'm feeling that you are somebody who has taken a lot of time to be introspective, to really ponder and observe things. And because of that, you are a transformative person. And you give this aura of change. Now, that seems kind of weird because it's like, how can you have an aura of change? But you have this flexibility, like malleability type vibe about you that other people are kind of like, oh yeah, I can deal with this. So first we have the Seven of Cups, which is all about illusions and being dreamy. So you could also be a Pisces or have Pisces in your chart, honestly, just water in general in your chart. But anyways, with the Seven of Cups, I really get the feeling that you are somebody that makes situations change. Now, you are somebody that does that because you see possibilities that others don't see. Now, that doesn't make you delusional, that doesn't make you crazy, that doesn't make you anything other than a dreamer and somebody that's inspiring to other people because you are so thorough with your thoughts and with your actions. Honestly, it goes outward. So we do have the Four of Swords here, as well as the Four of Cups. So like I said, meditation and contemplation and just dreaming about things is a huge thing for you. You are somebody that really likes to think and feel things through, and you're definitely somebody that's how you learn, communicate, and go through your life. Now, that is totally okay. It works really well for you. I see that it makes you a very stable person. It's something that you can help other people see the changes that they can make. Now, we also have the Four of Pentacles. So you guys are very stable people. You guys are very stable, secure people, because you are just so aware of your own gifts and abilities that you have mentally and that you can bring physically. You know of your stability, and other people know of your stability. It's very obvious that you are a strong, confident, very supported person, whether that be supported by yourself, you're just a confident person like I was saying, or you just have good support. But either way, I'm feeling that it's more like self-love, because you have this Ace of Cups in reverse, and that always indicates to me that there is an amount of self-love that is happening or needs to happen, but I feel like you have it. I feel like you are a very confident person, and that's why you're so easy to change. That's why you're okay with it, because you realize life is all about flow. It's all about these endings and beginnings. You totally embody that, and you're totally okay with that. Now, we have the Hermit in reverse, so I'm feeling like you come off as quite a bit of a loner. I don't think you are so much of a loner. I think you really do actually value other people and their connections and whatnot. But overall, I think you really do enjoy that introspective time. You are so thoughtful. And like I said, people know. People see that you are somebody that is always deep in thought, always thinking, pondering. And that's not a bad thing. Honestly, like I said, I feel like you help people see a lot of different options that they could have. And that energy really draws a lot of people that maybe, I don't know, maybe don't feel so stable, maybe don't feel like they have options. So that's good. Now we have the Son of Pentacles as well. So again, I'm just feeling like you are a very graceful person, you are a very smooth person, and you create a lot of opportunities for yourself. Now, you are somebody that is going to focus on the things that you love and the things that bring you the most joy. And because of that, you don't spend a lot of time worrying. You don't spend a lot of time with things that cause you harm, because you understand that those things don't serve you and they don't need to be in your life. But you're very smart about this. You're very practical, and you're very grounded to make these moves. You don't just make these impulsive decisions to quit things. You know, normally you've thought about it for a while, and it just took a while for that action to be made. But you guys are just really that type of person that other people see as a introspective guru. In a way, you're kind of like a monk. Like, people see you as somebody with so much wisdom, and it's so crazy because you aren't like the most talkative person in the room most of the time. You're really pretty chill, and you know what satisfies you and what doesn't satisfy you. You're not really somebody that gets confused about what you want. And honestly, that's a really supportive quality for other people. They really appreciate that, and they're attracted to you because of that. I'm seeing that you're also somebody that stands very firm in their beliefs, and because of that, you can kind of discern things. Now, with you taking all this time for yourself to really feel yourself and to really feel your own power and what you can create and think and feel, people really vibe with that. I mean, I know I've said this already, but your stability is really comfortable for people. They really feel okay with opening up to you because you're so stable, and you allow them to kind of transform in a way because you're so stable. And I feel like this also ties in with you guys too, is that you guys are totally the type of people to create space and support for other people by just, I mean, because you're quiet, because you're people that just kind of let other people do what they have to do what they need to do, and don't interfere, don't judge, don't do anything that would make them, you know, feel like they can't trust you. You're just very trustworthy people, and I feel like that helps so many people want to change and to be better people, because they have somebody that is like not throwing their baggage and their shit everywhere. You're very, like I said, you're very adaptable. You know, if you're in a position where somebody needs help and they need to get a load off their chest, you know, you'll let them talk, you'll let them vibe it out and feel it out, and that doesn't bother you because you're stable, and like you choose when you're gonna do that, and like you know when you're gonna do that, and you're okay with it. So, but group 2, that is what people's first impression is of you. I'm really happy to give this message to you guys. If it resonated, please like and comment to let me know. I would love to hear about it, and of course subscribe so I can continue to give you intuitively guided messages. But I will see you guys in later videos. Bye for now. Hey group 3, let's get to your reading about what people think of you when they first meet you, or a specific person. Let me lay your cards down and we will get right to it. All right, group 3, let's get to your reading. We're going to start off with the Oracle card, which is going to stand for your overall aura that people get from you. So this says quiet time. Take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. So what I'm getting from this card and from just an overview of the cards that you have laid, I'm feeling like you are somebody that has a lot of creative distress vibes, kind of like an artsy vibe, I guess is the best way to put it. You have this aura about you that is very strong and creative. It's a very flowy energy. It's just a creative vibe that is so obviously creative. I'm feeling like tortured artist type of vibe that we're getting here. So this is interesting. So what gives me that tortured artist vibe is that we have two threes, a three of wands and a 3 of swords, and both of these are a little tied up, so that gives me that thought, like I said, that you may be a little bit of a hot mess at times. You may come off as a little bit of a hot mess, but not in a bad way, honestly. Like I said, it's kind of like this damsel in distress vibe, but like not necessarily a damsel. You could be a guy, but it's kind, I don't know, it's like alluring, like that dark, mysterious like artist or musician from like the coffee shop, you know, like that's your vibe, and I dig it, honestly. Like that's hella cool. So you are somebody though that your individualism gives you this vibe of like, oh shit, this person is so strong. And I'm seeing that with this strength card. You are somebody that you are so creative and kind of like creatively distressed in a way that it's like, oh my god, like this person is so strong. They have gone through so much and they can talk about it. Like, wow. I don't know. It's kind of like a dreamy vibe. Honestly, this is a very dreamy reading. Like you are somebody that just really gets it. You really like seem like you are living your best life, honestly. And I'm seeing that with like the 9 of Cups too. Like you're following your intuition and your cups are full. You are happy. You are living your dream. And like even if you don't feel like that all the time, that's the vibe you give off. Like people can't really tell when you are like truly upset because you give off such this creative like fuzzy vibe that people are just like, oh yeah, like they're good, like they're gonna make this into art kind of thing. So we also have the 2 of Swords. So the 2 of Swords makes me just think that you're a really focused person. You know, you're not going to battle with other people to try to get to the top. You're not really focused on other people, and you probably don't really care about other people that much. I'm seeing that you think a lot about, you know, your overall connectedness to people. You're a universally connected person, but I think overall, like, you're a very solo flyer. You're somebody that likes to be by yourself, and you're someone that is okay with that because, like I said, I mean, you handle your emotions well. If you get around other people that are crazy, I feel like that doesn't allow you to have your creative, flowy space that is just literally part of your aura. I mean, your main aura is quiet time, so you really value just being alone and being by yourself, you know, that loner, distressed artist vibe is totally up your alley. And we have the King of Cups too, so this guy is like so content. He's just sitting in all of these emotions and stuff, and it's not bothering him. That's the thing, is it's not bothering him. A lot of people get bothered by emotions, but like you're not one of those people. You're like, oh, let me trigger this and let me channel it and let me make it into something. And even if you're not like a creative person in like the traditional sense of being like an artist or a musician, I feel like you're just somebody that is like creative and like divine feminine creative, like nurturing and mother-like, and just very, I don't know, you really understand beauty, and you really understand that giving and receiving is beautiful. And just that kind of aura, I guess, that you're very just passionate about giving these flow of beauty to other people, and other people are like, hell yeah, I want to be right next to you because of that. And I'm seeing that with this Queen of Pentacles here. That, yeah, I mean, you're just somebody that truly focuses on what to give to the world. Your femininity is huge for you. It is such a thing that people notice about you. And even if you're a male, like, that's even better, honestly, because being this divine feminine person that is also in control of their emotions and is very, very strong-willed and very independent, I mean, you are really good at just doing your thing. You're very good at being the person that is living their best life and that other people want to follow in your footsteps, because you are doing things from a creative, intuitive point of view most of the time. And even if, mentally you get kind of wrapped up in things, like I said, with that whole, like, distressing vibe, like, I feel like, you may not feel so strong and so, put together all the time, because, things do get messy sometimes. Your thoughts, your words, you might get angry sometimes. But overall, I'm really finding that you are just way more put together than what you're giving yourself credit for. Like, way more put together. People totally vibe with just the idea that you are acting from a place of security and, like, a grounded place, but also acting at the same time as somebody who is intuitive and intuitively guided. And that is not a normal contrast for a lot of people. It's a very extreme contrast for a lot of people, and that's why a lot of people can't make art in distressing situations into something beautiful like you can. So just so you know, that is what people think about you. That's their first impression when they meet you, and that's honestly the vibes that you're constantly giving off. So good stuff. That's a really beautiful message that I can give to you guys. But if this resonated, please like and comment and let me know, just so I am aware. But if this does resonate, also make sure that you're subscribing, just so you can continue to get intuitively guided messages from me. But I'm so happy to give this to you guys. I will see you in later videos. Bye for now. Hello, my group 4. On to you guys and what your overall first impression is to people when they meet you. So let me lay out your cards and we will get to it. Alright, so to get started, we have your Oracle card, which stands for your overall aura that people get when you are in the room, your first impression. So we have the High Priestess. You have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. So, there you are. So, right off the bat from this message and then the overview from what I'm seeing on your cards, you are somebody that is very organized, critical, and delicate also at the same time. So let me just explain that a little bit more. So you do have some pretty intense cards, not gonna lie. We have the Justice, Judgment, and Tower cards right next to each other. So I'm feeling like you definitely have a very intense vibe about you. Very, very intense, honestly. And like I was saying about, like, the critical thing, almost critical in the sense of, like, a Virgo. And you could be a Virgo, I guess. But what I get right away is that you are somebody that really is smart about what is right and what is wrong. You are somebody that your morals, no matter what the situation, no matter what the topic, are on fleek. And people see that about you. Because, first of all, we have the Justice card, and that is all about karma, that is all about just balance, and that's like Libra energy, and Libra is the scales. It's all about creating balance and, like, discernment and whatnot. So for the Justice card and then the Judgment card, so I just get a feeling that you are somebody that really has good judgment, and people see that you have good judgment. It's a very, like I said, it's a critical judgment. I feel like the way that you address certain situations may be a little bit colder than what people probably wanted, but you are somebody that provides a lot of wake-up calls for people, and that's what this Tower card and the Father of Swords are telling me. You're very, very wise, you're very, very smart, and you are somebody that will help other people see that about themselves too. People find you also to be very polarizing. I find that a lot of people may either think that you are somebody who is super helpful and can change their life and is just the most powerful connection that they've ever had with a person, which I'm seeing with this Two of Cups. But I'm also seeing that people can find you but I'm also seeing that people can find you to be intimidating and too critical and too judgy and too harsh. But I don't think that that is about you. I think that's way more about them, and that's what I'm seeing about this Five of Cups in reverse, is that I feel like people that already are, like, in a distressful situation or, like, already, like, insecure and don't like themselves, they might not handle you well. They might just think that you're a bully or that you're just, like, a bitch or just cold-hearted. They might call you a sociopath. I don't know. That sounds really brutal, but that's like how some people might see you. Like I said, you're a very polarizing person, which I actually really relate to this. People, either they really vibe or they just don't vibe with you. And like, that's okay. Honestly, I want you to know that like that's okay, because you are somebody that the reason that you have such strong opinions and such strong values is because you have the knowledge. Like, you know what you're talking about. And I feel like a lot of these people end up coming back to you because they're like, oh wait, like, they were right. But I mean, your first impression though is like, you are smart, and that's what brings these people to you. They're like, well, you're just so smart, you like always know what's going on. They probably come to you for advice all the freaking time. And that's just who you are. Even strangers will end up telling you your life story and their life story, and you're just like, okay, like, here's my 2 cents, I guess, since you are talking to me about it. Like, you are just okay with that, and you are okay with being, you know, that person that helps people wake up. Like I said, like, you're okay with causing a little bit of a fire if that means that you're going to awaken something that is, like, really beautiful and really meaningful to people. Saying that your insights about things are way above what your pay grade is, what your age is, you know, you are very, very wise. You're an old soul. You're somebody that really gets a lot of the fundamental things about life that other people don't. And that, like I said, I mean, that's really conflicting for people. Like I said, they might think that you're just absolutely freaking nuts, but it's okay. But I want you to know that, like, your overall impression is way more like diplomatic than it is like intimidating. Like, people, I mean, they're still intimidated about you, but it all starts from love. You can't have hate if there wasn't love there in the first place. And that's what I'm seeing, is that a lot of people, their first impression is that they love you. They're so drawn to you. They're like, oh my god, this person is so smart, and they are so addictive. And even if you're like just cold and reserved at first to people, like, they still know that there is like this sweetheart inside of you. And like I was saying about the whole 5 of Cups thing, I mean, those people only come from a place of love. Like, you probably hit them right in the right spot at some point, and they needed the flip. Honestly, the 5 of Cups is a huge change for the better for a lot of different reasons. And it involves a lot of breaking down your limiting beliefs. And I feel like you're somebody that definitely does that. Definitely is helping people, you know, get free from themselves. Honestly, I feel like a lot of people come to you subconsciously because you are somebody that can help them free themselves from the limiting beliefs, these structures, these weird rules that they have implemented in their lives. And I mean, you know, some people will be like, I don't want to do that, and they'll have their own resistance that will show up. But most people are feeling so blessed that you are in their presence, and that you have this divine wisdom and judgment about certain situations that maybe other people just aren't ready to discern. They just don't know. They don't have that full world view and understanding like you do. So that's definitely the first impression that people are getting from you. And I just want to let you know once again that this is not a negative message. This is a very powerful message, and knowing this information, I hope that you or start to be very confident with yourself, because I mean, the High Priestess is a very important card to me in this oracle deck. It really does stand for this higher power in this higher person, you know, this higher divine connection that we all have to source. And for that to be your overall aura, I mean, that's beautiful. That really truly means that you are a divine person, and that you should embody in that all the time, you know, regardless of how other people project their problems onto you. Like, you have such major roles just by being in somebody's presence, or just by somebody knowing you or having heard what you've had to say. So Group 4, I vibe with you. You guys are cool. So I just want to thank you guys for watching this video. If it resonated, please like and comment to let me know. And of course, subscribe so I can continue to give you intuitively channeled messages. But I will see you guys in later videos. Thank you so much.